Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a good Friday night from Enderlin, North Dakota. It's the final game of day number 1 of the 2025 Enderlin Baseball Classic, and this is a Region 1 counter here between Northern Cass and Enderlin from a game earlier in the season that was washed out, and these two teams will play again early part of next week between the Jags and the Eagles. I'm Chase Miller alongside Joey Hughes with you here from Hendrickson Field in what has been a picturesque kind of a day at the ballpark in the month of April. For Northern Cass, 11 wins and 2 losses on the season, coming off a win against the Hillsborough Central Valley Burros just moments ago, 4-3 to defeat HCV in what was a 5-inning contest. Every game outside of this one here in Enderlin, again, a 5-inning contest with the Baseball Classic. While for the Enderlin Eagles, they played earlier this morning, a little breakfast and baseball, or brunch and baseball, in the school game, losing to the Lisbon Broncos 11-1 in 5 innings here for the Enderlin Eagles. They have a mark of 1 win and 9 losses on the season. Final game of the Enderlin Baseball Classic for the Jags, while for the Enderlin Eagles, their next game coming up will be against Midway Minto at 5:30. That'll be tomorrow evening to wrap up the 2025 Enderlin Baseball Classic. We'll take a quick break. When we come back after this, we'll get you ready for the starting lineups and the opening pitch. That and more are still to come today here from Enderlin on yourliveevent.com.
Modern banking products and personalized lending services you expect from a reliable financial partner. Bank North, always true.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com. As we get you ready here for high school baseball on yourliveevent.com, Chase Miller, Joey Hughes with you here today. Northern Cass will get to their starting lineup in a moment, but Joey, bringing you in here for some color commentary in this final game. You're able to see both of these teams. Let's talk about the team that we just saw last, Northern Cass. Some nice plays in the field, particularly by OC there at second base. And what do you see from a team that's obviously got their sights set on the number 1 seed here in the region in Northern Cass with a mark of 11-2 so far on the year?
Yeah, they were doing it well on both sides of the ball. They were making good plays in the field, and they were making good contact with the ball. A lot of good barrel sounds. ACV was making some really good plays out in the field though too. But yeah, it'll be interesting. Enderlin, it's a little bit weird because you played this morning and had to sit around all day now, and now you got to play a game here at 7:30 and just got to see how things goes.
You got the day off of school, essentially, because you're helping rake the field and doing some other stuff, so you kind of get to enjoy it. And more importantly, it's been about one of the more pristine days that we've had here in the month of April.
It's been a really, really nice day. One of our best out here at all for the Jamboree when we've come and covered it. But, yeah, couldn't have asked for a better day. Not a cloud in the sky right now as well, so.
As Metzger will lead things off here, part of our starting lineups for Northern Cass. Metzger, the senior left fielder. You go from there to Jacob Osee, the second baseman, also at a senior here for the Jags. Trey Huzar, this is going to sound familiar. Another senior here for Northern Cass, the senior center fielder. Another senior batting cleanup will be Carter Wadeson. Sam Clement, a senior batting in fifth for the first baseman. Chris Hoyland, a junior shortstop. From there, Matthew Hoppy, the senior third baseman, batting seventh. Parker Anderson, the junior designated hitter, batting eighth. And Cody Wadeson, the sophomore pitcher here in this contest, with Gage Hansen, the right fielder in the outfield. Well, for the Enderlin Eagles, we will see Gruba behind the plate here in this one. Weston Clausen will be on the mound here in this one. From there, in left field will be Jacob Simbura. As we'll get to the opening pitch here by Clausen in a moment, Dargo will be at short here in this game, and Ethan Simbura will be at first. Opening pitch is underway. This one missing at 7:34 for a first pitch here in this contest. That will be in there for a strike. 1-1 on the way to Metzger. Lemnis will be in right field here for the Enderlin Eagles, and straightaway center will be Sandvig. Sandvig ran into the wall a little bit earlier here today. And talking with him earlier, Joyce, saying his shoulder kind of got almost a stinger out there with the chain link fence.
Yeah, he even asked me, he's like, did you guys give me a camera out on the fence? And I go, I'm pretty sure we did. And he said it was not a great feeling after making impact.
This one will be out of the zone, missing for a ball. Fury will be at third base, Diley at second, Gruba behind the plates. So leadoff batter here, Metzger. Here's the pitch by Clausen, the 2-2. This one foul back, and we'll keep it at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Good, good two by Metzger there. Just get a piece of it, keep the at-bat going, keep himself alive.
As these two teams will play, scheduled to play each other again next week in Hunter. Barn again what weather has in store. Good pitch here for Clausen, and there's an opening strikeout as Metzger is retired. So one down here in the top of the first inning.
Clausen, too, they're bringing some heat and just kind of pointed to his third baseman there, so let's spin this around once.
As Osee, the senior, second baseman, due up now here for the Jags. Let's get to see Enderlin at time, particularly about an hour and a half, 2 hours ago, hitting the batting cage a little bit here, getting a little loose for this game, getting ready. Both teams have the chance to take infield, outfield, if you would like to do so. Northern Cass did. Enderlin elected not to do so. Now it's 2-0, but Enderlin also has played a game earlier today, as Joey was talking about just a few moments ago. Here's the 2-0 offering here from Clausen. That'll run in at the hands, now 3-0.
You talked to good Northern Cass, too. They went over, grab a bite to eat, and just gets him back warmed up for this game.
The 3-0 offering here from Clausen. That'll run in, a 4-pitch walk. Osee will be aboard, and the Northern Cass Jags will have their first base runner of the game. Scott Carlblum calling balls and strikes. Jared Hoff will be in the infield here for our 2-man umpiring crew. As Clausen on the mound here for the Eagles, Trey Huzar batting third, wearing number 3 for the senior center fielder, is diving back in safely as Osee. Taking his lead off of first, Clausen. Osee going to break for second base, and he is going to slide in safely. Nicely backed up there by Diley. After Osee gets into second base, Diley trying to see if he can get Osee to almost like the hit him ball trick, kind of say, hey, the center fielder had to go chase that one after it got by him. Instead, runner in scoring position now. This one will be out of the zone as well to Huzar. It's 2-0. And Trey Huzar is someone you really don't want to give too much of a easy pitch to. You can definitely barrel it up and send it somewhere. The 2-0 offering. That'll miss for a ball. It's now 3-0.
Huzar, too dangerous hitter, and with the righty-lefty matchup on the mound, gotta be careful not to leave one over the plate with Huzar at the dish.
As Clausen finds his pitch now, works from the near side of the rubber. That'll miss for a ball, and that'll be 3-1. So, pardon me, 3 balls, 1 strike on that after a 2-1 pitch. Runner at second base again is Osi. Takes his lead, 3-1. Big swing here by Huzar. This one will go into left center field, and the left fielder comes across there, and Jacob Simbira, the runner in Osi, has to stay put. Out number 2 as Huzar is retired.
Yeah, that's a good play there by the left fielder, especially with the wind blowing still. We've seen a couple of those balls carry out this afternoon.
Carter Waitson, the senior catcher, the cleanup batter, and Simbira had to go into that little alley here is, again, the left field and right field. And Jacob Simbira, you can cover a lot of real estate here. It really starts to narrow in left center to center. This one is hit on a frozen rope right in front of Jacob Simbira, the runner rounding third. Osi, here's the relay to Fury. Fury with the apply on the play. Can't get it in there quick enough to Gruba to apply the tag. Good piece of hitting by Carter Waits, and he gets the single as Osi comes in to score. It's 1-0 here in favor of Northern Cass.
Yeah, that was a really good relay, too, from left, but Osi's got so much speed, it's tough to get a runner down like that.
And with 2 outs, you're going off the swing of the bat, able to do so as Northern Cass will make a substitution as they will bring on a courtesy runner here. As they will, with the courtesy runner coming in, will be Mitchell. So Colin Mitchell now will place and be at second base. Clausen looking to minimize the damage here to just 1. That one swung out of the zone by Clement. It's now 0-1. So Northern Cass with an early lead in this one, a true 7-inning Region 1 counter. That'll miss out of the zone at 2-0. At 1-1. Hoyland due up next here for Northern Cass. After coming back and defeating Hillsborough Central Valley in the last game. This one is blocked. Good block there by Gruba to see it in front of him at 2-1. As Mitchell got some wheels, stands at second base. As you alluded to, Joey, good relay throw there, but just better running by Osi. Simbira hit Fury. Fury with a nice relay to Gruba. Just can't get him in time. This one is going to be hit a mile high. The left fielder and Jacob Simbira camps underneath it, and that'll retire the side. So for Northern Cass, they drew strike 1. 1-1 on 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 runner left on base. As we head to the bottom of the first inning on the Bank North scoreboard, Northern Cass leads it by 1 here on your liveevent.com.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Bottom of the first inning will be the first time we'll see Kevin Bratlin's team coming up here for the Enderlin Eagles. Carson Gruba, the junior catcher, batting leadoff. Weston Clausen batting second for the sophomore pitcher. Jacob Simbira will be batting third, followed by Orion Adargo in the cleanup spot. Ethan Simbira batting fifth, with Braden Lemnis batting sixth for the senior right fielder. Cole Fury will be in seventh for the freshman third baseman. Gabe Hoy will be batting in the designated spot in eighth, and then Carson Diley, the sophomore, will be at second base. And again, Sandvik will be playing center field. So Gruba, Clausen, Simbira, Adargo, Simbira. The first one is Jacob. The second one batting fifth is Easton. Lemnis, Fury, Hoy, and Diley here for the Enderlin Eagles. Metzger in left with Huzar in center, Hansen in right. Clement at first base, OC at second, Hoyland at short, Hoppy at third, Waitson behind the plate, and then Cody Waitson on the mound. As this one, breaking ball in there for a strike. It's now 0-1.
That's a really good pitch, backdoor. Must have just got the corner for strike 1 here. Big pitch.
Swung on and missed by Gruba. It's now 0-2. Carter Waitson behind the plate. Cody Waitson here on the mound. It's the Waitson family for the battering ram. Nearly got him swinging, as for a second there, both Carter Waitson and the batter and Gruba thought that strike three was coming.
Gruba, too, he went down looking twice earlier in today's game, so it's almost thought he got caught a third time there.
1-2 pitch. Good tank now, 2-2. Well, for these teams, a lot of baseball in a short amount of time, which means you need a lot of arms or guys that can go a long way, get a lot of outs in a short variety here. Then you have to do the 2, 3, 4 days rest, as this will run in. Make the count full now at 3-2. So after falling behind 0-2, Carson Gruba has worked the count full. Cody Waitson will handle the 3-2 offering. This one is jammed, playable. Chance for the first baseman here coming across. That one right in front of us here in the dugout. Nicely done by Clement as he loses his hat, and there's one down. As Clausen will get to that one. And there's one down here in the bottom of the first inning. Sophomore pitcher Weston Clausen now digs in for the Eagles. Enderlin in their black tops, white pants. Enderlin across the front in orange. Northern Cass in their all black attire. This one is popped up, playable for the infield. This one will go to the shortstop, Hoyland, who calls everybody off. And there's two down here in the bottom of the first inning. It's a tough play for a Clement here a few plays ago, Joey, just because you're in a different ball diamond Hendrickson field. Also trying to play a little bit of the dugout. Did a nice job. Had about another 2 feet of real estate before maybe running into the dugout here.
Yeah, it is. The sun at their back, too, so the play's a little bit easier. Sun's not right there in your eyes like it was maybe in the last game. But definitely that sun is still going to be a little bit tough to play with.
As Jacob Simbira, the senior left fielder, if you're a catcher right now or are calling balls and strikes or trying to look at the pitch, as this one is grounded, nicely backhanded there by Osi, who gets down to a knee, makes a good throw across the diamond to first, and it's 4-3 on the putout. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. A 3-up, 3-down inning here on the mound for Cody Waitson as we head to the top of the second. 1-0 on the Bank North scoreboard.
I will be your guiding light, 'cause you don't have to go alone. I will bring you through the storm. I will lift you up. No, you're not on your own. I will be the light that carries you through the storm. I will lift you up.
The Northern Cass Booster Club is here for all Jaguar students from academics, arts, athletics, and co-curricular activities throughout the school year. You can find more information or become a Northern Cass Booster Club member today by scanning the QR code on screen now, or follow the Northern Cass Booster Club on Facebook for updates throughout the year, or simply search for the Northern Cass Booster Club page on the Northern Cass School website. Go Jags!
Top of the second inning here on YourLiveEvent.com. Northern Cass with a 1-0 lead over the Enderlin Eagles. This is the Enderlin Baseball Classic, but this also counting as a Region 1 counter from a game that was scheduled earlier this season. So as the Enderlin Baseball Classic has done over the last couple of years, you have a schedule of teams that are coming. You make a schedule, then Calvin Kraft probably has to move it around a little bit here, and especially if you get two Region 2 teams to come down and say, hey, we haven't played yet, or we got washed out for about a week and a half of where our area is, so we're looking to get these games back in. More times than not, you probably have one or two counters. A couple years ago, the Classic became a Region 1 invitational pretty much in the regular season because teams either had 0 or 1 games for counters, and we were 2.5 weeks away before the tournament, and you just had to get games in. As first pitch swinging, this one going right back up the middle and underneath the second baseman Diley's glove. Nice piece of hitting by Chris Hoyland on one pitch, sends it right back up the middle, and you'll have a runner at first base.
Hoyland saw that ball right away and was like, thanks, and sent it to center field for a single.
As you have the runner at first here with Chris Hoyland. Clausen will make his way on the mound. Hoppy at the plates. This one swung on and missed. It's 0-1. So Clausen on for his second inning of work. Quick pick throw. This one getting in front of it was Ethan Simbira. Got enough of the glove. It went a few feet away from him at first base, but not enough for the runner in Hoyland to try to scamper to second base here. As Hoppy, the senior third baseman, no balls and a strike here as lights have turned on at Hendrickson Field. Going back again, paying him attention.
Chase, isn't it nice though? What is it, 7:45?
No,
Still got daylight.
Still got sun. Just a slight breeze to center. Runner's going to go, swung on a miss. Here's the throw. Not going to be in time as this one goes into the outfield as Hoyland gets in a scoring position here on the stolen base. As it's now 0-2. Yeah, can't complain about the weather conditions by any stretch of the imagination as where we are at tonight. 60 degrees currently here in Enderlin. This has a feeling of you had a backyard, maybe a little bit of a barbecue, possibly put the fire up, enjoy some of that on a nice spring night as Hoppy is retired on 3 pitches. Clausen gets the strikeout, his second. Hoppy is retired and there's one down. Nice pitch there for Clausen. And a big out is Parker Anderson, now the junior designated hitter. Hoyland takes his lead off of first. Clausen, first pitch swinging, hits one up the third base line. That'll go foul now, 0-1. Batter number 8 in the lineup here for Northern Cass, and they've had a productive part of the lineup again in their first game against Hillsborough Central Valley for 7, 8, and 9 batters, scoring a couple of runs. Clausen, see this one missing out of the zone. It's 1-1. Northern Cass early run, RBI single for Carter Wadeson, which plated Jacob Ossie. For those of you that are just joining us, as this one actually hits the left butt cheek there of Hoyland. As Clausen with it was looking to find a Dargo. And, well, we see that at particular times, Joey, when you have a pickoff play, inadvertently hit her wrist, hit the buttocks, hit, the calf, and that's just part of baseball in a pick play there.
It's just part of the game. You shake it off and focus on the next pitch.
Here's Clausen. This one in the dirt, nicely blocked by Gruba. It's now 1-2. Starting to sound like Forrest Gump a little bit there. 1 ball, 2 strikes, swung on and miss as Anderson at least trying to bring the runner in Hoyland to third here with a productive out. Clausen looking for another punch out, and he gets him. Strike 3 looking back-to-back Ks, and how about Clausen here, Joey, after a single and a stolen base, gets a strikeout of Hoppy and Anderson, and there's 2 down now here in the second.
Both of them were looking to strikeouts too, so must have got just the corner it looked like, and 2 outs and get out of here without any damage. That'd be great for Enderlin.
As the pitcher Wadeson, that's Cody, takes a strike at the knee. It's now 0-1. Batter number 4 here in the top of the second inning. And it goes back to a leadoff batter up with Metzger. Clausen right now with the 0-1. This one is fisted. That'll be popped up. Playable here for Gruba. Yes, sir. Right in front of the backstop. And the Northern Cass chance for a second run goes awry. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and a runner left on base. Wadeson is retired as Enderlin will be coming up to the plate here in the bottom of the second inning.
Are you expanding, upgrading, or want to automate? Visit with the experienced staff at Hope Electric to learn about the latest electrical systems and the newest technologies that they have developed to make your operation more efficient. Get a custom system in place with features like iPad truck loading and remote view grain storage, touchscreen controls, hazard monitoring systems, and wireless cellular cameras to protect your assets. Hope Electric, serving the agricultural and commercial industry since 1978. Visit hopeelectric.com or call 701-945-2460.
Hunter Insurance Agency is a locally owned full-service agency providing protection and coverage in a number of different areas. Hunter Insurance Agency offers multi-peril crop insurance, crop hail insurance, and farm insurance for buildings and equipment. Plus, they offer home, auto, life, and business insurance. For more information, go online to hunterinsuranceagency.com or stop in and speak with Johnny Jorgensen at Hunter Insurance Agency. Find them at 201 Main Street, Hunter.
As we head to the bottom of the second inning, Adargo, Ethan Simbira, and Braden Lemnis do up here for the Enderlin Eagles, 4, 5, and 6 batters, going up against Cody Waitson in his second inning of work, while Weston Clausen so far through 2 innings. 2 hits, a run that was earned, a walk, and 3 strikeouts, with 2 of them looking here, and a big back-to-back strikeouts and a pop-up of Cody Waitson to leave a runner who is in scoring position for Northern Cass in the top of the second inning in scoring position. As Orion Adargo will take this one out of the zone. Now 1-0. We see Cody so far going to that curveball, going to the off-speed early, trying to locate that low in the zone. Trying to sneak that fastball in like we saw there at the knee. It's 1-1.
Yeah, that play, too, to end the top of the second. Gruber actually had to kind of bunny hop for it and made a great play, made a great catch.
Adargo sees us out of the zone. It's now 2-1. So the Enderlin Eagles and Northern Cass, 2 Region 1 foes in a Region 1 contest. The 2-1 pitch, that'll run in at the hands. It's 3-1. They'll play again early next week, barring what the weather has in store up in Hunter. The 3-1 offering. That'll miss low. Adargo earns a 5-pitch walk and gets aboard here in the bottom of the second. So for the Enderlin Eagles, it's their first base runner against Cody Waitson, as Ethan Simbira, the sophomore first baseman, will come up to the plate. As Adargo at first base being held on by Clement here. As Cody Waitson looks into Carter behind the plate. Playing even with the bag at third is Hoppy, trying to take away any potential bunt. Ethan Simbira, a big high chopper to the shortstop. Backhanded there by Hoyland. Throws across the diamond. Not going to be in time. It'll be an infield single. Hoyland did about everything you could at the shortstop spot, going deep in the hole. He looked at the runner at second, then threw a really nice one by Clement. Clement had to come off the bag at first, but it'll be an infield single, runners at first and second.
Yeah, great stop by Hurlin, and just made a great throw as well. Just wasn't in time.
If it would have been on target, that would have been a bang-bang play at first base. As Cody Waitson looks back, the runners looking to bunt. They will take a strike. The throw back down. They got the lead runner in a pickle here with Adargo. We'll see where Hoyland goes with this one. Goes to the third baseman, Hoppy. Hoppy goes back to the second baseman, and they get him at second base. So it'll go 2-6-5-4 on the putout. Adargo's retired, and Simbira will be at first with one down.
It's been a weird day, Chase. It's been a day of pickoffs these last couple games. Just that ECV game earlier, and said
the Hatton Northwood Ball Stars game.
Yeah.
So one thing it's tough, right? You expect a bunt to come down by Lemnis. Nothing comes, and if you're that lead runner and you take that extra step, able to see Carter Waits and have a good gun behind the plate. This one, Lemnis swung on and missed. Now 0-2 with one down here in the bottom of the second inning. As Cody Waitson right now looks in to Carter Waitson. The 0-2. Strike 3 looking, and Cody Waitson gets his first punch out of the night, and there's 2 down.
Good pitch by Waitson there. Must have got the corner, and strike 3 looking. That's a big out now with 2 outs. And just focus on the hitter here.
If you're Cole Fury, you're trying to pick up a teammate. If you're Enderlin, well, if you're Cody Waitson looking for another quick out and get out of the inning unscathed, this will be in the dirt. Good block there by Carter Waitson. Now 1-0. Well, we've been able to see some good catching play here today as well behind the plate. You know, base runners want to get the extra 90 feet, especially when you got speed on the base pass. Runner at first base is Ethan Simbira here, as this one is fisted to the first baseman, as that'll be in the air, as that'll be an out, and that'll retire the side. No runs, a hit, no errors, and a runner left. We play 2 on the Bank North scoreboard. It's 1-0 Northern Cass with the Jags coming to the plate.
off-site farm repairs to maintaining the condition of your vehicle. Trust the staff at Welton's Tire Service. They've served the Lisbon area since 1972, guaranteeing customer satisfaction and workmanship from farm equipment, tire services, and preventative vehicle maintenance. You'll find it all from affordable prices, free estimates, to their knowledgeable technicians answering any question. Welton's Tire Service is locally owned and located on Main Street in Lisbon. For information, go online to weltonstire.net or call 701-683-5136.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
On the Bank North scoreboard, go to banknorth.bank. That again is banknorth.bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. See what values-based banking can do for you at Bank North, serving both the Northern Cass and Enderlin school districts. Metzger, OC, and Huzar here. Top of the lineup, second time through against Clausen on the bump for the Enderlin Eagles. A game that got underway 20 minutes ago here today in Enderlin. The pitch by Clausen. This will be the zone missing for a ball. It's now 1-0. A 1-0 pitch. Metzger hits this one pop up. The first baseman here, Ethan Simbira, goes into foul territory and makes the catch, and there's one down. Well, a couple times we've seen these pitchers of both Wadeson and Clausen working in on the hands a little bit on these batters, Joey, and getting a couple of pop-outs here today.
Clausen, too, especially facing a team like Northern Cass, as many outs as you can is important in any game. It just making them look easier right now.
OC with a walk, a stolen base, and a run scored in the first inning. Clausen with the pitch. That'll go to the backstop, make it a ball. Now 1-0. As Northern Cass, the team that is in control of their own destiny when it comes to that number one seed in Region 1 as it currently stands, as we're getting to the midway point and past the midway point for some teams, as this one's hitting the air to left. That one has a little bit of giddy up to it, off the top of the wall for OC. OC rounds first, on his way to second. Simbira gets the ball in about another 3 feet to the left. That would have been a homer, but hits the 12-foot wall here, literally on top of the wall. It's a ringing double for OC.
Yeah, that was a really just, it sounded great off the bat, and he just missed it and got in the second standing up and hit a dab there as a celebration.
I'm able to see that one off the bat. Again, it just kind of had a little juice to it. So he will take a double as Trey Huzar comes up to the plate with a fly out to Jacob Simbira and left his last time up. First pitch out of the zone, it's 1-0.
There still a little bit of a breeze out there too. So, again, if it's another 3 feet to the left, it's a different story.
So Clausen falling behind against Huzar. Worked the count to 3-1 his last time up. That'll be 2-0. Trey's not going to get to see a lot of quality pitches, kind of similar as a name we mentioned earlier with Northern Cass a few years ago with Keegan Neva. Try not to give a quality batter anything too good to hit as Huzar sees this one to the right. Lemnis will have to come in and try to play it. Relays it in, not going to be in time regardless. Coming in to score is OC. It's an RBI single for Huzar, as Northern Cass has taken the lead here at 2-0.
So R2, great swing, got it right there on the gap of the infield. Able to score Ozzy. So, we're going to talk Keegan Neva too. That Ozzy ball looked a lot like that Neva ball from a couple years ago when he put it over the tracks at first.
So both runs coming in for OC so far here for Northern Cass as Huzar takes his lead, and he's going into second base, trying to get in safely, and does as he slides in here for the Jags. So Huzar on one pitch gets into second base, as will be a 1-0 count upcoming here to Carter Wadeson. Trey did a good job just not trying to do too much with that baseball, just get it in past the pitcher, at least trying to move the runner up 90 feet on a ground out. Able to see that one go through. And now Carter Wadeson takes a strike. It's 1-1. Northern Cass, after a pop-up by Metzger, back-to-back hits. We'll see if it can continue here with Carter, as Huzar will have a hit-and-run opportunity, and because he was going to third, it pulled the third baseman Fury off third base and opened up a little bit of a hole there for Carter Waits, and going to draw up any better. It's an RBI single here for the catcher.
Yeah, that was a really, really good executed hit and run, hit to the opposite side of the field from where first base is. Yeah, they're just Northern Cass things that we'd say, just putting the ball in play and putting it in the right spot and scoring.
As Mitchell will come on a courtesy run now for Waits, and so a base knock to make it 3-0 as Clemens will come up to the plate and trying to keep the hitting parade going here for Northern Cass. As diving back in is Mitchell, and for Trey Huzar to get going from second to third, if Fury doesn't take that one or two steps to third base, not saying that Fury would have got there, but maybe he puts a glove on it, able to get potentially an out. As here's a soaring fly ball to center field. Sandvik comes in, makes the catch, and there's two down. We always talk about in sports it can be a game of inches at times, Joey, and that game of inches right there was beneficiary of Carter Waitson.
Yeah, Sandvik too, good read. Probably happy to be able to have to go in and not out. There's been another collision with the fence.
As Hoyland comes up to the plate, a single and a stolen base, and was left at second in the top of the second. Clausen works from the stretch as this one is under the glove of Ethan Simbira, but stays close to first as there's two down. So 2 runs across so far for Northern Cass on 5 batters here in the inning. 2, 3, and 4 batters. Good part of the lineup as another runner. By the time Gruba saw it, it was well into scoring position here for Mitchell, as it'll be 0-1 now to Chris Hoyland.
Mitchell, too, got such a really, really good jump. By the time Gruba saw him, he was a foot away.
Clausen continues to work from the stretch. Looks back the runner at second to pitch. This one fouled back as it's now 0-2. For the Enderlin Eagles, they will be sending 8, 9, and 1 batters to the plate. Hoy, Diley, and Carson Gruba the second time around, with Gruba batting leadoff. Clausen will see this one popped, and I'll go around the concession stand area here and on top of the concession stand. I'll just put another indentation on that building. We'll keep it at 0-2.
Definitely probably been a lot of those on that building throughout the years.
Yeah, without question. Also, you kind of have like that mini batter's eye in center field, which also goes as a press box during the football season here at Hendrickson Field, as this will be almost all the way to the backstop. A really nice backhanded play by Gruba to keep the runner at second.
Oh, yeah.
One ball, 2 strikes on the way. It's Clausen looking for his 4th strikeout of the evening, while Hoyland trying to keep the line moving here for the Jags. Strikeout, and that'll do it here in the 3rd. So Clausen does get his 4th strikeout, but not before Northern Cass plates 3 runs in the 3rd with a new score on the Bank North scoreboard. It's Northern Cass up by 3.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neelsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argosville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
Bottom of the 3rd inning, Hoy, Diley, and Gruba here for the Enderlin Eagles in this Region 1 affair between Enderlin and Northern Cass. Chase Miller, Joey Hughes with you. Cohen Waits in 2 innings of work, 1 hit, a walk, and a strikeout as we make our way to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Enderlin 3 up, 3 down in the 1st. Had a leadoff walk by Ardargo. Simbira then got to second. Ardargo was caught then in a pickle, retired at second base for the first out, a strikeout of Lemnis, and a line drive out on the way to finish it off for Cole Fury, and a little soft line drive to the first baseman and Clement. So 8, 9, and 1 batters. And the sun has almost made its way down here into the west and underneath the bridge, as most of the field now kind of getting into that shade territory here from Hendrickson Field as it's 1-0 to Gabe. As Cody Waitson with the 1-0 pitch. This would be a high hopper past the pitcher. We'll see this go past the third baseman, the shortstop. Oh, what a play by the shortstop, Hoyland. That was like a mini golf there as Cody Waitson let it go. You saw Hoppy there trying to get in front, going to get underneath it with the glove, and Hoyland did a nice job seeing that one come through, Joey, and firing over to first.
Yeah, that was a really nice play. That was just whoever was going to get that was going to have to make a tough throw, and he gloved it right away and got it to first and got it out.
Diley first pitch swinging. Clement will see this go off his glove, regains it, and that will be an error on the first baseman. As the runner gets aboard here in the bottom of the third inning, I just kind of ate up Clement a little bit. Still did a nice job of trying to play that one back to first base where Cody Waitson was covering. And there's one down as Carson Gruba digs in now here for the Eagles.
Yeah, that was a tough play by Clement. He just couldn't find the ball in time, and it happens. Part of the game.
This one will miss outside. It's 1-0 to Carson Gruba, who popped out his last time up to the first baseman in Clement. Clausen, then Jacob Simbira due up next here for the Enderlin Eagles, as Enderlin will try to put something together here in the bottom of the third inning, down by 3. 1-0 pitch. That'll miss for a ball. It's now 2-0. 2-0 on the way to the junior catcher. This one will also miss. What a front in front of the home plate. Now 3-0.
Good block, too. Yeah.
Carter Waitson here doing a nice job behind the plate, just smothering balls throughout the course of this season in his career. Taking a look at the runner at first, who stays put. The 3-0, that'll miss for a 4-pitch walk, and the Eagles bring the tying run to the plate here. And Weston Clausen, chance to help his own cause here, popped up to the shortstop, Hoyland, his first time up in inning number 1.
That is 2 really good takes, too, by Carson Gruba. Those outside breaking pitches are tough to not swing at, and way to hold the bat back.
Batter number 4 of the inning, Clausen. We'll see this here as the Eagles have runners on first and second. Also miss out of the zone at 1-0. Last time they had it, runners at first and second looking for the bunt, but that was with no outs. With 1 out here, a little different story with your sophomore pitcher in Clausen at the plate. Hoppy playing even with the bag at third. This one is going to be swung in the air. Can it get over the second baseman's head? It does. It'll die in there. Everybody moving up station to station as a lead runner on the way there for Diley kind of stood closer to second base as he makes his way to third. Gruba goes to second. Clausen with a nice piece of hitting, the second hit of the game for the Enderlin Eagles, and the bases are full as the go-ahead run now comes up to the plate in Jacob Simbira, and Sam Johnson will talk things over with the infield here. And going back to that one, Joey, sometimes not about as hard as you hit it, it's about where you hit it. And off the bat, it was going to be tough for OC to get there. And runners go 90 feet up, and it's a base knock.
Clausen, too, he took that first pitch. Again, another great pitch to lay off on. It's a tough take. And then he left the second one over there in the middle, and Clausen saw it, and Enderlin has a chance here to hopefully get a run back.
As they're currently gave up 1 run in the first. They've been trailing from the onset here. 2 in the top half of the third inning. Eagles left a runner on in the second. No runners on in the third, and right now the Enderlin Eagles got something brewing here in the bottom of the third inning, but to Joey's point, time to cash in right now for the Enderlin Eagles.
Big spot here for Simbira.
As you got the batters that you'd want at the plate, 3 and 4 coming up here. Simbira hit a ground out to OC his last time up in inning number 1.
Look to he has the matchup, so expect something to be over the plate.
Waitson with the pitch. That'll be in there for a strike. Good spot now, 0-1. The corner infielders playing in on the grass with Clement and Hoppy. They'll try to take the run out at home while the middle infielders will look to turn the double play. 0-1 missing, now 1 ball and 1 strike. As Adargo on the on-deck circle here for the Enderlin Eagles. Now Scotty Waitson finds himself in a little pickle here on the bottom of the third. This is a bunt, a little squeeze play on the way. Almost more of a safety squeeze as the runner at third base, and Diley was not hustling down the third base line as it's now 1-2.
That's a tough play there. If Zimbera can squeeze, it's going to be a close play at home, but Diley's just got to get a little bit better of a read on that, especially in a play like that with this the score this close.
Now with 2 strikes, Zimbera sees this miss out of the zone at 2-2.
Another good take here. Eagles have got some really good plate discipline these last couple at bats.
5th batter of the inning here for the Enderlin Eagles in the bottom of the third. The pitch. This one is going to be hit, and that's through for a base knock. Coming in to score is Diley. Gruba is going to make his way around. He will come in to score. It's a 2 RBI single by Jacob Zimbera as he shoots one into the gap into left field, and it's a brand new score on the Bank North scoreboard at 3-2.
Yeah, again, great eye by Enderlin, by Zimbera there. And he found his pitch sent it to left, and we have a 1-run ball game here, Chase.
Base knock here for Zimbera, so you had the air, a walk, a single, and a single here in the inning for the Enderlin Eagles. They put something together. 4 batters have reached base in some capacity, and the Enderlin Eagles now are down by 1 with the go-ahead run at first base. As mentioned earlier, Joey, nice piece of hitting by Zimbera, falling behind the count. Now it's Ordargo, who walked his last time up. Looking for the daylight play at second as OC keeping the runner at second close in Clausen. So Clausen at second, Jacob Zimbera at first. Cleanup batter here in Orion Adargo digs in. As Waitson with the pitch, Adargo hits one in the air. That'll go to center. Huzar will come underneath it at center field. The lead runner will stay put as Huzar quickly gets that in as Clausen kind of faked to see if he was going to tag. Out number 2 on the fly ball by Adargo here in the bottom of the third inning.
Respect to Clausen there. I don't know if I'd want to run on that guy in center either.
Yeah, you kind of tag up. You see where the throw's in front of you, and Huzar did the smart thing. He hit the cutoff man in Hoyland, and immediately not going anywhere is Clausen. But he's still at second. Runner at first is Jacob Zimbera. As Ethan Zimbera singled his first time up, takes a ball above the letters. It's now 1-0. I mentioned earlier that Enderlin had a grade A opportunity, had to cash in, and they have done so with at least 2 runs. Can they possibly tie with another base knock? 1-0, there's the pick play at first base. Not going to be in time, but the lead runner going from second to third as Carter waits and trying to get the back runner at first base here in Jacob Zimbera. So Weston Clausen says, well, if you throw there, I'll run across from you. And now it's a 2-0 count up coming with Ethan Zimbera. Don't mind the play by Carter Waitson on that because sometimes you got that secondary runner could potentially kind of be sleepy, and that's where you get a easy out to get out of the inning. But heads up, base running play by Weston Clausen because you can just score in a multitude of ways at third.
Clausen, too, if that ball gets there, Clausen's probably coming around and scoring.
Here's a 2-0 pitch. It's a grounder to Clement. Clement able to field it, and he'll go 3 unassisted to retire the side. But the Enderlin Eagles have cut into that deficit here at 3-2 on the Bank North scoreboard as he head to the top of the 4th inning. Northern Cass coming to the plate.
Bank North, we strive to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. One transaction, one relationship, and one community at a time. We do it by supporting kids and schools, pitching in to help neighbors in need, partnering with rural businesses, and providing all the traditional and modern banking products and personalized lending services you expect from a reliable financial partner. Bank North, always true.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, Local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Top of the fourth inning here on YourLiveEvent.com. Chase Miller, Joey Hughes with you on the Bank North scoreboard. Northern Cass with a 3-2 lead over the Enderlin Eagles. For those of you that are just joining us, Northern Cass played at a run in the first, 2 in the top of the third. Enderlin with 2 runs in the bottom of the third inning. Taking a look at your out-of-town scoreboard, the Minnesota Twins, their offenses came alive. 9 runs for the Twins against the Angels as they lead 9-1 in the top of the 5th inning. Larnick with a 3-run homer. As the Minnesota Twins are also getting a nice performance by Pablo Lopez, 4 1/3, 4 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. But the Twins have erupted for 9 innings. They haven't been able to score 9 runs in a series at times this season.
And the Angels too early have been struggling, but the Twins, good to see the Twins doing well. Sorry as a New York fan,
I'll see what happens for Minnesota. Still a lot of season to be had, but the month of April has not been kind early to Minnesota Twins fans out there, as it's going to be a 2-0 count up coming here to Hoppy, who struck out looking on 3 pitches his last time up. Clausen with the 2-0 on the way. That'll be in there for a strike at 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike for the senior third baseman. Clausen with 4 strikeouts on the hill. 2-1 pitch, swung on a miss. It's now 2-2. Minnesota Timberwolves going to tip off here at the bottom of the hour. Game number 3 against the Los Angeles Lakers, as that will be at Target Field. Here's the pitch on the way, and another strikeout here for Clausen. His 5th K of the night, and there's 1 down in the top of the 4th inning.
Clausen been pounding the zone, too. It seems he's getting a lot from the back corner. Not afraid to challenge these Northern Cass hitters right now.
Oh, doing a nice job, to your point. As we'll see the pitch on the way, swung on and miss with Parker Anderson, who struck out looking back in the 2nd inning. No balls, 1 strike on the way. As this one will hit him, as Anderson will take first base. And there's a runner on here in the top of the 4th inning in a game that started back at 7:34 tonight, so nearing that 50-minute mark here today from Hendrickson Field. Once again, Wadeson digs in here as Clausen comes to the set. Runner at first base is Anderson. He'll stay put. Backhanded by Gruba. That misses for a ball. It's 1-0. Jacob Simbira in left field with Savig in center. Lemnis in right here. Ethan Simbira holding the runner on at first. Diley at second. Adargo at shortstop. Fury at third base. Pick play. Not going to be in time as diving in is Anderson. And Gruba stands at first. There's always that good and bad with the pick play, right? You want to get an easy out if you can, especially if you catch someone potentially leaning. But we've seen the other part of it today at times be when it gets by the first baseman and you allow a runner to get to second or possibly third. As the runner's going to go here, the throw is in, but no one was there at second as it splits everybody. Sliding in safely is Anderson. He gets into scoring position here at second base. It's now 1-1.
Samir, too, on that pick play. Way to knock it down, because if it gets by, he's easily taking second, maybe taking third.
1-1 pitch upcoming here. Sam Johnson relays the signs as Cody Wadeson 0 for 1 today with a pop-out. That was to the backstop here as Gruba made a nice play in foul territory. This will be hit on the ground. The third baseman will come in. Fury bobbles it for a second, throws a one-hopper. That eats him up at third base. Going from second to third will be Anderson. Wadeson gets aboard with an error by the third baseman. Runners will be at the corners and 1 down.
Number 20, Matthew Metzger up to bat.
Metzger 0 for 2 today, but a dangerous batter with a runner at third as Northern Cass trying to at least get 1 run back here in the top of the 4th inning. It's been the 2, 3, and 4 batters here in the lineup that have done the damage today for Northern Cass, driving in 3 of the runs as Clausen looks at the corners. That'll be in there for a strike. The runner will have a delayed steal He will get into second base here for Waitson. And now Metzger falls behind the count 0-1. As the infield will come in now and try to take the run out at home if it's in on the ground. Clausen, 0-1 pitch. Here comes a safety. That was a suicide squeeze as the runner was coming down, no problem. Nice play by Clausen as they're able to retire the batter at first base, but nice piece, I would say, by Metzger on that one, Joy, because, again, Parker Anderson was coming down immediately off the throw. That was a suicide squeeze, and now it makes it 4-2.
That was still a really nice bunt by Metzger, even if he was trying to bunt for a hit there, which in that situation you wouldn't, but this was a really, really nice late bunt.
As Waitson now will go to second base, second to third, OC with 2 down with a runner at third base. This one is popped up. Out to the third baseman in foul territory for Fury as he comes back into the fair territory, and that's going to drop for a base knock. So difficult play as Fury was in foul territory, had to come back, and the ball was just kind of tailing away from him a little bit there. It's now 5-2, and unfortunate from the Enderlin Eagle perspective, but if you're Northern Cass, you get an extra out here to work with, and can you make them pay a little bit here in the top of the 4th inning?
Yeah, that's a tough play with the wind, too, plus just got to be talking over there, see who's got it. I'm really uncertain who was going to call for it there. But now Northern Cass has an extra on this, the guy who wanted the plate.
Trey Huzar sees this one. 1 ball, no strikes on the way as Clausen gives it back to the first baseman here in Ethan Simbira, 1-0. Huzar with an RBI single earlier here tonight, and a run scored back in the 3rd inning. Runners in a break. Huzar's going to hold the throw by Gruba. Do they apply the tag in time? Well, coming in, sliding in, and staying on second base is OC. As OC will be at second base here now for Northern Cass.
That was a really nice tag. He got in, but waited to kind of go down low and try to get him on the back as he's sliding in.
As Odargo was having a chance at that tag, trying to see if he could swipe the back there of OC. Nice throw by Gruba behind the plate, but now 2 balls, no strikes. Clausen looking back the runner at short. That'll be out of the zone at 3-0. So Clausen will have some work to do with Huzar, but again with the free base, how much you're really going to go after the hitter? Well, he delivers a strike here. It's now 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike to the senior center fielder here tonight for Northern Cass. Clausen with the pitch. This one foul, tipped into the glove of Gruba. It's now 3-2. As Clausen looking for his 6th strikeout. Huzar trying to add to it in the inning so far. See if he can get on base and possibly drive in the 3rd run of the inning. 3-2 pitch. That's hit to left center field, and there's the 3rd run of the inning coming in to score. It's an inside-out swing for Huzar as he will be in with a stand-up double. OC comes in to score, and Trey gets his 2nd run batted in of the evening.
Huzar, too, just 3-2 pitch down the middle, sod, and that's a big mistake there by Enderlin. And Huzar, who is committed to playing the Summer League for South Dakota State, he's going to see that pitch all day and get a base hit.
As Jacob Osino has his 3rd run here for the senior second baseman. 3rd run scored of the game. Clausen looks back the runner. The pitch will be in there for a strike. It's 0-1 as Carter Wadeson now steps to the plate with a pair of singles and 2 runs driven in. And Northern Cass did indeed make Enderlin pay with that extra out here in the inning. This one will be in the dirt. Huzar's going to go to third base as he slides in, and this one's going to get past the third baseman. Fury on a one-hopper as he gets the stolen base. Then you'll get the throwing error after that as Huzar comes in to score. It's now 7-2.
Yeah, that's a tough throw there. Just another mistake by Enderlin leading to another run, and if you're Groovy, you should probably eat that ball. Just Huzar, if it's going to get away, Huzar's going to score. He's so fast. So there's pump faked.
Good teams will make you pay. It's now 1-1 to Carter Wadeson, and this has been with 2 outs on top of that here. It's now 2-1. 7 batters to the plate. Started with a strikeout, hit by pitch, reach base, then following that on an error. Osi and Huzar have reached base, and Waits in here as well. And then you had the squeeze play by Metzger. A small ball has been in full force here for Coach Johnson in Northern Cass. Just put the ball in play. Good things will happen is the name of the game right now here in the top of the 4th inning. The 3-1 by Clausen. This one fouled out in front. This one will go back to Highway 46. This will now be 3-2. We've been here before where we kind of heard a double thud, so to speak, once or twice, getting close to maybe a car coming past.
There. Hey, no vehicle is safe. We've seen trains get hit here.
Here's the 3-2 offering here from Clausen. That will run up and hit him as Carter Waitson will wear this one as he makes his way towards first base. And with the catcher, more than likely we'll see the runner and Mitchell come on and run for him here, as we will, as Mitchell will come on now at first base. As Carter Waitson's like, I'm already playing catcher. I don't need to get hit anymore with the baseball, throughout the course of the game. Stepping in now for Northern Cass will be Clement. Well, the Jags, it was a 3-2 game coming into the top of the 4th inning. 4 runs across so far and a chance to add to it here. Sam 0 for 2 in the game with a pair of flyouts. This one will be hit over towards the concession stand, and a diving play by Fury as he loses his hat and almost runs into the spigot. As will be 0-1.
Fury, I hope he's okay there as well. Kind of took a weird tumble, but he's kind of going all out for that play.
Yeah, you got to be wary of everything that's over there with the concession stand. As we talked about, you have the hose that's over there a little bit with the water, so you just got to be ready for that. But nicely done by Fury as he went after that baseball, trying to get the third out of the inning and help his pitcher. Instead, it will be a strike here at 0-1.
I think he might have broke his shade, so he handed something to the Northern Cass's coach, so it's never good.
There's the 0-1 offering. That'll miss low. Yeah, parents don't like to hear about that. Mom, Dad, I need some new shades. What did you do? I dove for a foul ball. Did you get it? Nope. Huh?
Now it makes it sound even worse now.
Now
Didn't get the out, and shades aren't cheap these days.
The 1-1 pitch is smoked down the left field line, foul here at 1-2. Can't fault the hustle play there by Fury.
Shades aren't cheap these days, especially when you're playing baseball. You gotta look good, play good, right?
As right now, Clement with the 1-2 as we're kind of nearing the twilight hours here of this one with the sun setting in the western sky. Runner at first. 1-2, missing out of the zone. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. As this game is nearing the 1 hour mark here tonight here in Enderlin. Clausen looking back, the runner. That'll come in another hit batter. Back-to-back batters who have been hit by a pitch. Runners at first and second base, and Chris Hoyland on the on-deck circle here as Gruba going to talk it out with Clausen here on the mound. So after the strikeout with 1 down, you got the error, you get the extra out, which would have been the finisher after Osi popped it up to the third baseman on a high pop-up, and Fury just unable to glove it. And since then, you've had a double, a hit-by-pitch, and a hit-by-pitch. And Trey Huzar also has came in to score, and he drove in a run.
For the Jaguars, number 13, Chris Hoyland.
So 2 extra runs with the extra out right now. And Northern Cass looking to make it 3, if not 4. Clausen with the pitch. That's one out of the zone as Hoyland takes a ball. It's now 1-0. Chris with a single in the second, struck out to finish things off in the third. One of 5 strikeouts here for Clausen. 1-0 is fouled. That makes it 1-1. That's the one thing, though, as we talk about throughout the course of any particular sport, you make a mistake and a really good team will make you pay, whether it's turnovers in basketball, whether it's a missed assignment in football, and we're seeing it here in baseball as well. The 1-1 pitch, that'll be out of the zone now, 2-1. Runner at second. Here is Mitchell at first base is Clement. Clausen looks back the lead runner. 2-1 is going to be hit down the left field line. Jacob Simbira hustling after this one, and this is going to die right in front of him. 1 run's coming in. The second run's going to hold up at third here with Clement. Mitchell comes in to score. It's an inside-out swing for Hoyland with an RBI single, and Northern Cass has an 8-2 advantage. As you'll have runners at second and third now, and this might be it for Clausen here as Rattling comes on, as we'll have 9 batters to the plate here in this inning alone. As we will have a potential at a new pitcher here, or we'll keep it going for one more batter, just a chance to take a little breather, try to get one quality out. As Hoppy 0 for 2 today with a strikeout, looking at a strikeout swinging, but a new score now at 8-2, and can the 2-out rally continue here for Northern Cass in the top half of the 4th inning?
Clausen, too, there, you could tell that he is a little frustrated, just not hitting the zone, and when he does, it's getting hit, and obviously the error.
This one will be hit on the third base line. That'll be a foul ball. It's now 0-1. 10th batter to the plate here in the inning. As 5 consecutive batters have reached base in some fashion here for Northern Cass. Runner at second, again, is Hoyland. Clemens stands at third. The pitch by Clausen. That'll miss out of the zone. It's 1-1 for the Enderlin Eagles. They scored 2 runs their last time up in the third. They will send Lemnis, Fury, and Hoy, the 6, 7, and 8 batters, in the bottom half of the 4th. This will be in there for a strike. It's now 1-2.
It's a good pitch there by Clausen. Just kind of heard the little Nolan Ryan grunt as well as the ball came out of his hand, and just trying to finish the inning strong.
Clausen looking for his 6th strikeout. The 1-2 pitch gets it, and that's strikeout number 6, but not before Northern Cass able to plate 5 runs across in the top half of the 4th inning. A new score on the Bank North scoreboard. It reads 8-2 in favor of Northern Cass. This is Region 1 baseball today in Enderlin.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the 3-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
For Northern Cass, 5 runs across in the top of the 4th inning. 3 hits, take advantage of an error, and 2 runners left on base here in this one for the Northern Cass Jaguars, as the Enderlin Eagles will be coming to the plate. Lemnis, Fury, and Hoy again. After scoring 2 runs in the third, we'll see what they can do against Cody Waitson. As Cody Waitson, 3 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 2 walks, and a strikeout here for Northern Cass. This one will be foul, then we'll make it at 0-1. As Waitson will come on after having a nice breather there. Sometimes that can be tough for any particular pitcher, whether you're hitting or not. Trying to get back on the mound and try to get some rhythm going here. As this will be in there for a strike now at 0-2.
That was a really, really nice pitch. Got the top of the zone and just put it in there perfectly.
The 0-2 offering. Strike 3 looking, and Cody Waitson gets his 2nd strikeout, and there's 1 down here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Do the same pitch, and just it's tough when the ball's coming in at that kind of level and just dips.
As Cole Fury will dig in now here for the Enderlin Eagles. 3 straight batters retired for Waitson. Is this running at the hands? It's now 1-0. Cole Fury with a line out to the first baseman and Clemens to finish off inning number 2 earlier tonight. 1-0 pitch grounded. This one will be foul. It's now 1-1. Oh, for Northern Cass, scored in every inning but the second. The Enderlin Eagles put laid a 2 in the third. This one will be out of the zone. 2 balls and a strike. As the Jags with a 6-run lead. This will be hit on a line. Oh, what a snag by the second baseman, Osi. Oh, Superman came out in Warriors cape. Osi with a dive, and he got down and dirty for out number 2.
What a play by Osi. Good teams make great plays like that, and Osi just this entire defense, they've looked good. It just shows why they've got such a record, such a good record in Region 1.
And he's got a walk, a single, a double, 2 stolen bases, and 3 runs scored, and he's literally robbed a hit right there. Here's a high hopper to the shortstop, Hoyland. Hoyland across, good stretch there by Clement. That'll retire the side of 3 up, 3 down inning, thanks in part to some nice defensive work there by the second baseman, Osi, as we head to the top of the 5th with a new score. After 4, that is, with a new score. It's now Northern Cass 8, Enderlin 2 on yourliveevent.com.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
You don't have to go alone. I will bring you through the storm. I will lift you up. No, you're not on your own. I will be the light that carries you through the storm. I will lift you up.
The Northern Cass Booster Club is here for all Jaguar students from academics, arts, athletics, and co-curricular activities throughout the school year. You can find more information or become a Northern Cass Booster Club member today by scanning the QR code on screen now, or follow the Northern Cass Booster Club on Facebook for updates throughout the year, or simply search for the Northern Cass Booster Club page on the Northern Cass School website. Go Jags!
Farmers, are you expanding, upgrading, or want to automate? Visit with the experienced staff at Hope Electric to learn about the latest electrical systems and the newest technologies that they have developed to make your operation more efficient. Get a custom system in place with features like iPad truck loading and remote view grain storage, touchscreen controls, hazard monitoring systems, and wireless cellular cameras to protect your assets. Hope Electric, serving the agricultural and commercial industry since 1978. Visit hopeelectric.com or call 701-945-2460.
Here on yourliveevent.com, as we have Caleb Maggio on the mound here, as you'll see Weston Clausen, 4 innings of work, 8 hits, 8 runs, 4 walks, and 6 strikeouts. As going behind the plate will be Ethan Simbura now. As we'll get to this in a second for some of the defensive changes that are out here today in this one. Pitch on the way, this one gloved, as it will now be 1-0. As Parker Anderson, Wadeson, and Metzger are on here for Northern Cass. Maggio sees this come in, that'll hit him. It'll be a hit by pitch. So a runner aboard here in the top of the 5th inning. Diley still at second base. Adargo stands at shortstop for the Enderlin Eagles. Cole Fury stands at third. Maggio again on the bump. Runner at first base, as you'll see Cody Wadeson as they bluff the throw back. This one misses out of the zone. It's 1-0 as Jacob Simbira stands in center field. Carson Gruba makes his way to left as this one is foul back, and Lemnis still in right. So Cody Wadeson, 1 ball, 1 strike, runner on here, top of the 5th inning. Chase Miller, Joey Hughes with you from Hendrickson Field in Enderlin, North Dakota. As Old Faithful barely even moving now in center field. The runner's going to go from first. This one off the glove of Simbira up into second base goes Anderson, already on the stolen base for Northern Cass. And right now, if you're the Jags, time to get greedy. Up by 6, top of the 5th inning, Joey. You always say in sports there's chances to kind of put a team away, and this is that chance for the Jags after getting a couple extra runs with an additional out in the last half inning.
Yeah, we're in the 5th inning. When you're up by 6 here, you're thinking run rule. Just then you kind of get to go home a little bit earlier, get to your bed a little bit earlier, do whatever, and
this one swung on and missed. Now 3-2 as Maggio again trying to see if he can earn a strikeout. And to your point, 10 after 5. That's the thing. But Northern Cass with work to do, need to score 4 runs, and they got to put a goose egg up in the bottom half of the 5th if it gets to that point. And this is going to be a strikeout as Wadeson is retired, and there's 1 down. As Metzger will be coming up. Metzger with a great sacrifice his last time on the squeeze. It's 0-2 so far here today. Runner at second base, Maggio with the pitch. In there for a strike, it's 0-1.
Yeah, Metzger got a really, really nice bunt. He's got some speed, too, like a Jaguar. If you notice, his sleeve kind of blends in with his uniform.
And this one missing for a ball. It's now 1-1. As the 1-1 upcoming here from Maggio. That'll miss. Now 2-1. So runner at second base again is Parker Anderson for Northern Cass. That goes back to the Metzger here with the top of the lineup at 3-1. Now we're starting to get to the dangerous point here where OC and Huzar and Carter Wadeson have scored 6 of the 8 runs today in the 2-3-4 spot. This one is going to be a strike as Metzger was about ready to put the bat flip for ball number 4.
Metzger was ready for his jog to first base, and a lot of people say next man up in baseball.
3-2. That'll run in and hit him this time. As it won't hit him. That one will actually come off the glove. So, excuse me, thought that was actually going to hit him as it actually came off the glove. So that allowed the runner then in Parker Anderson, as it sounded almost like it hit him from up here. But Anderson will take third base. Metzger is able to take first base, and then they're almost able to get the runner out at third off the glove of Fury, and that'll be the second free pass here for Maggio.
Sorry to interrupt you there, Chase, but no one was covering at home, so great read, and got a little bit lucky going back into third base, but yeah, great read there.
Maggio sees this one out of the zone. That'll miss to the number 2 batter here with OC. As it'll be now 1-0. The pitch. That'll miss up as well. 2 balls and no strikes. So we're at second and third right now as Metzger into scoring position after a delayed steal. Here's the 2-0. That'll be out of the zone, and now 3-0. OC a walk, a double, a single, 2 stolen bases, a robbery of a highway hit, and now a chance to get on base for the 4th time with the 3-0 count. And he does. OC gets aboard. 3rd free pass for Maggio. And now the 10-run rule is very much impact with Huzar. As an example, if Trey can hit one in the outfield to get some runners to come across, if he hits a home run, there's the 4 runs you need. Bare minimum here again in the top of the 5th inning.
This is not the man you want at the plate if you're Enderlin in this situation.
2 hits, 2 runs driven in. Here for Trey. Good pitch there by Maggio. Gets ahead in the count, 0-1.
You leave something over the plate for Huzar, and he's going to make you feel sorry. He's going to say sorry.
Huzar 2 for 3 here tonight. Took a big swing at that one. Now it's 0-2. Runner at third base is Parker Anderson. Metzger stands at second. OC at first here for the Jags. Maggio with the 0-2 pitch. This one is going to be hit to the second baseman. Diley goes underhand. They get the runner at second. One run does come in to score, as it's now 9-2. So coming in will be Anderson. Metzger goes to third. OC is retired, and Huzar in a fielder's choice makes it a 9-2 contest.
That's a good stop there, too, because if that gets by, that's at least 2 runs.
Diley with a chance to get the double play, but a nice job fielding it, finding Adargo here, getting the out. Trying to minimize the damage as we get a quick time, as Huzar was looking to possibly get into scoring position here with a steal. As we'll have a catcher and a pitcher talk on the mound here with Maggio getting on the mound, seeing if he pays any attention one more time to Huzar. So with that one, OC retired, Huzar again at first. Coming in to score is Parker Anderson, and Northern Cass has played at least 1 run across here in the top of the 5th inning.
You know, Huzar's thinking second base, too.
Without question. Already seen him with a stolen base back in the 3rd inning, being held on by Simbira at first. Here's the runner. Huzar's going to go, and he's going to get in no problem in this one. Able to get by Adargo there for a moment, as he kind of has a little bit of a kick. Fortunate the runner from third base does not come down in Metzger, so Huzar into scoring position. Can Northern Cass get some 2-out magic in them again, as they did in the 4th inning? Carter Wadeson hit by pitch, a single and a single here today. This one going to be a chance, but that'll go out of play. It's now 1-1. It was 1-0 after the first and the second. 3-2 after the third, and then that's where Northern Cass erupted for 5 runs in the top of the 4th. Maggio with the pitch. Good spot. Now 1-2 against Carter. Carter Wadeson has been on base 3 times, and Mitchell has came on and courtesy ran for him 3 times and scored a run. We'll love to do that here as well. Wadeson with 2 runs driven in. 1-2 out of the zone, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sam Clement is on the on-deck circle here for Northern Cass.
That's a tough pitch to take 2 there for Wadeson. Just Maggio has the matchup and tried to make him chase, and good plate discipline.
2-2 pitch is going to be hit on the ground. That'll go to Adargo, and this one will be eating up Adargo there as it goes right past him. 1 run will come in with Metzger. A 2nd run comes in with Trey Huzar on the way, as reaching base on the error will be Wadeson. 2 runs come in, as now 11-2, and Mitchell will come on in courtesy run here for Carter. And that's a tough one with Adargo, right, because you got Trey Huzar that's trying to time it as best as he can to hop over it and almost screen, if you will, Adargo, and you just lose a baseball for a second, or that 2nd, 3rd hop there in a short time, Joey, and able to get by the glove of Adargo.
Yeah, he did get a glove on it, but like you said, Huzar just kind of timed it perfectly and screened, and just tough break for the Eagles.
So 2 runs here on that play. The runner's going to go into scoring position on the slide and slide in safely here for Mitchell, and now very much does the run rule come into play with a runner in scoring position. As Clement can get one in the outfield here, Northern Cass will be up by 10. And then if they get 3 up, 3 down as an example in the bottom of the 5th, this ball game would be lights out. But you still need that base knock from the Northern Cass perspective. From the Enderlin perspective, you're looking for an out, as this one will go foul up the third base line, 0-2, as it will be the 9-1-2 batters due up for the Eagles in the bottom of the 5th inning. Taking his lead off a second base is Mitchell. Maggio looks back the runner. This will be hit in the air. That's to right. This one has a chance to try to get in the gap, and the right fielder makes a nice play. As Lemnis almost overran that baseball for a moment, came back, loved it, but not before Northern Cass plates another couple of runs as they put 3 runs up in the 5th inning. A new score on the Bank North scoreboard. It's Northern Cass up by 9.
Show, news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Now for Northern Cass in the 5th inning, 3 runs, no hits. There was an error and a runner left on base. As we make our way to the bottom of the 5th inning, Caleb Maggio, 1 inning of work, 3 runs against, 3 walks, and he does have a strikeout here in his performance as Wadeson continues his work for Cody, going to his 5th inning of work right now here for Northern Cass. Cody Wadeson, 4 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. As the Jags have their largest lead of the game here at 9, and they will go up against the number 9 batter in Diley. So he sees this for a ball. It's now 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes here for the pitcher. Waits and look out as that one came right underneath us. As hopefully everyone is all right underneath, as that was the definition of a line jive screamer. Look out if you're in the dugout, as Gabe Hoy nearly took one in the face down there, and he looks to be all right.
That was a scary one, Chase.
That one is one that you do not want to see, as Gabe kind of put both of his hands on his head and looked up and took a breath as he looks to be all right.
There's a funny story a couple years ago when I was a bat boy, and I took about 2 of those. They brought me out a catcher's mask. They're like, here you go. For your safety.
The 1-2 is hit on the ground. Hyman goes underneath to Wadeson, covering it 1-3 on the putout. That's the thing. Whether you're up the first base or third base line, if you have the right batter at the plate, so you have a righty here going up the first base line, and they're just late on a pitch, that's where it gets dangerous in the dugout.
Be a little bit nervous.
As there's one down here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Cody Wadeson, this one foul back. Now will be 0-1. Gruba able to score a run back in the 3rd inning. Able to draw a walk his last time up. Here's the pitch. This will be jammed, popped up, the first baseman giving chase. And now it'll be 0-2. As we head to the bottom of the 5th inning here, again for the Enderlin Eagles. Enderlin right now needs to put a run or 2 up on the board. Otherwise, if Northern Cass puts a run up in the 6th, again, that mercy rule comes back into play in the bottom half of the 6th. So they're trying to cut into this deficit a little bit here. This is going to be a chance for a base knock. Goes to the right fielder, though, as gloving that one in right will be Gage Hansen. And there's 2 down.
That was a really good hit ball by Gruba. But just Hansen was there, and it sucks when you make that good of contact. Defense has got a guy there, as we would say.
Yeah, Hansen didn't have to move too far from his fielding spot to get to that one for the 2nd out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Clausen, 1 of 2 today. This one in the dirt. Now 1 ball and no strikes. So hear the birds chirping, you know it's spring season out, especially in the early morning hours. This one missing for a ball. It's now 2-0. Region 1 baseball today from Hendrickson Field in Enderlin, North Dakota. 2 balls, no strikes here for Cody Waitson. 2-0 pitch, popped up. Chance for Carter Waitson here. And this one will go out of play. It'll be 2-1. Going back for Cody Waitson, last base runner to reach base was Jacob Simbira with a single back in the 3rd inning. Since then, 2, 3, and 2 makes 7 in a row that he's retired. As Cody Waitson rocks and delivers. That'll miss. It is now 3-1 to Clausen. Cody Waitson with the 3-1. This one will be hit on the ground right to the vacuum in Hoyland, who dropped it for a second, but even the reaction time, Joey, it's like even if you drop it, you still have it there almost like a Tiger Woods backspin that doesn't go in the hole but about 5 feet away from it. It just keeps you in play.
He just was able to knock it down and make the play, and he looked like a hockey defenseman clearing the puck. Got down on a knee and just picked it up and got it out.
Another 3-up, 3-down inning, 8 straight retired by Cody Waitson as we make our way to the top of the 6th. The Armaggio coming on for a 2nd inning of work.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
High school baseball today here on YourLiveEvent.com. Chase Miller alongside Joey Hughes and you from Hendrickson Field as the Northern Cass squad has a 11-1 lead. Clausen took the mound for 4 innings of work. He's now behind the plate for his 2nd inning here for the Enderlin Eagles. And here's the story for Northern Cass. If you don't want to play an extra inning, got to find a way to score at least 1 run here and then have 3 outs with no runs against the bottom of the 6th. Otherwise, we will play the full 7 regardless if that doesn't happen here in the 6th inning. And the reason being, sometimes you get up and you get runners and you're maybe up by 8 or 9 runs and you're still stealing bases, is to limit arms, limit pitches, make sure you can kind of set up your situations for weeks and days to come. As Hoyland, so far in this one, has had a nice performance as this is a fly ball. That's to center field. The center fielder comes in and loses the glove as Jacob Simbira will get the retirement of Chris Hoyland, who is 2 for 4 in the game after a fly out to straightaway center. Matthew Hoppy 0 for 3 today with 3 strikeouts here in this one. As Maggio gets out number 1 to begin the 6th inning. This one missed for a ball. It's 1-0. I was looking to bunt to get aboard. There was Hoppy. We'll see Fury to come down from 3rd base to hustle after it here. 1 ball, no strikes. Maggio with the pitch. That'll be out of the zone at 2-0.
Hoppy 2 with the bunt. Just give it your best shot if you get on first. And he's got speed, so you know he's going to go second there on the throw.
2-0 offering here from Maggio. That'll run in, missed for a ball. It's 3-0. Top of the 6th inning. Chase Miller, Joey Hughes with you here from Hendrickson Field in Enderlin. As the 3-0 pitch upcoming. That'll miss for a 4-pitch walk, and Maggio sees a runner aboard here in the top of the 6th inning with Hoppy.
Northern Cass just kind of Trying to, as Billy Bean would say, just get on base. Just they want to wrap this up. They don't want to play another inning. They're just trying to get on base, produce runs.
Hoppy is definitely someone here as we get a new batter into the game here for Northern Cass. As Gage Hansen will come in and bat now for Parker Anderson in the designated spot. So the designated hitter will be out of the lineup moving forward as Hansen comes up to the plate. This one is for a strike. Parker Anderson hit by a pitch a couple times, scored 2 runs with a stolen base. So we'll see Gage Hansen with his first opportunity. As this one misses, the throw by Clausen to Simbira. Not in time on the whip throw. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike. Trying to keep Hoppy there close to first. As wouldn't be surprised if he does try to get into scoring position here with a steal. There he's going to go. Maggio with the pitch. Here's the throw down to second. Not going to be in time. Hoppy easily beat it. Now he gets into scoring position. Sometimes it's not about going on that first or second pitch because you're expecting them maybe right off the bat. Joey, we've seen Northern Cass on that second or third pitch of a bat. Really, that's when they get the runners in motion.
I had to read that first pitch and, as you'd say, kind of fake out and then go.
This one swung on and miss. Now 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Northern Cass 2 for the 2 games that we've seen from them today. And just talking with you on the drive down, they do that well.
The 2-2 pitch is going to be hit to the second baseman, Diley. It eats him up, and then here's a big rounding third as Sam Johnson had to put on the brakes there for Hoppy as Hoppy saw that one for a second get by Diley, and he was like, I'm coming home, coach. Instead, it will eat up the second baseman. Hoppy will be at third base as Hansen will take first on the error, and runners will be at the corners.
Hoppy was ready to go there at third base, but just look at that play there. Just another bad hop for Enderlin, and just it stinks how it's going, but that's how the way the game goes sometimes. And it's tough.
Cody Wadeson, first pitch swinging. This one will go foul and out of play. Wadeson 0 for 3 today. Did reach base in the 4th via the error with a run scored. Then it goes back to top of the lineup where Metzger is in the on-deck circle. Runner at third base is Hoppy. Hansen again stands at first. No ball, 1 strike with 1 out here, top of the 6th inning. So they're trying to bring in Hoppy from third base. Runner's going to go from second. Here's the throw. Hoppy's going to have the delayed steal, and he's going to come in easily. It was already going to be a double steal, so he came in right when the throw went down by Clausen. Hoppy comes in to score from third, as you'll see Hansen at second base, and it's a new score at 12-2.
Hoppy just another good read and couple bounces there too. He knew he was going to score easily.
Maggio with the pitch. This one will be fouled off on the way from Wadeson, and we'll keep it now at 0-2. Those are those little delayed steals, and sometimes we've seen throughout the course this season defenses. We saw Kindred earlier today do one where they just threw it right back to the pitcher and allowed the pitcher to make almost like a relay throw to second or third. 0-2 is out of the zone. It's 1-2. Other times you might have the second baseman stay at second, but the shortstop comes in and cuts it off about 10-15 feet in front of second, almost baiting the runner from third to try to then throw him out at home. As here's going to be a high hop, and Sam Johnson trying to glove that there. The third base coach's box, and we'll handle it at 1-2.
Sam Johnson, too, in Northern Cass, I've noticed that these last couple of years, they enjoy doing those double steals, especially when they've got guys with speed, and it always seems that they produce off of them.
Another foul tip, and doesn't matter the sport, speed kills. And in base pass, when you can have a really good runner at first and third, and particularly if you don't need a big lead off of first to get to second base, that just can help you even more. The 1-2 pitch from Maggio. This one is fouled as I'll be up the third base line as Northern Cass now getting some work in up the left field side here for the Jags. As looks like we might have a new pitcher coming into the game potentially here in the bottom of the 6th inning. As Hoyland is warming up down the left field line. Maggio sees this one out of the zone. Now 2-2. So runner at second base in Hansen Here's the 2-2 offering. Check swing, went through the zone. Yes, he did. Strike 3, and there's 2 down. Maggio gets the strikeout. And now it comes back to the top of the lineup here for Metzger. 5th time through the lineup here for Northern Cass tonight.
That's where Northern Cass can do some damage to extend that, give themselves a little bit of insurance and run-wise. Especially when you have such a good 1, 2, 3, 4 batters-wise.
Metzger takes a strike, walk with a run scored back in the 5th. The suicide squeeze, bringing in a runner in the 4th. So far today, 0 for 2 from the plate, but doesn't have a run scored as this one is popped up. A chance for Clausen. Clausen sees it, and Clausen will glove it to retire the side, and that'll do it for Northern Cass here in the top of the 6th inning. But the run does come in, and now the mercy rule in play in the bottom of the 6th inning unless Enderlin is able to score 1 run as it's 12-2 Jags here on your liveevent.com.
I will be your guiding light, 'cause you don't have to go alone. I will bring you through the storm. I will lift you up. No, you're not on your own. I will be the light that carries you through the storm. I will lift you up.
The Northern Cass Booster Club is here for all Jaguar students from academics, arts, athletics, and co-curricular activities throughout the school year. You can find more information or become a Northern Cass Booster Club member today by scanning the QR code on screen now or follow the Northern Cass Booster Club on Facebook for updates throughout the year, or simply search for the Northern Cass Booster Club page on the Northern Cass School website. Go Jags!
Farmers, are you expanding, upgrading, or want to automate? Visit with the experienced staff at Hope Electric to learn about the latest electrical systems and the newest technologies that they have developed to make your operation more efficient. Get a custom system in place with features like iPad truck loading and remote view grain storage, touchscreen controls, hazard monitoring systems, and wireless cellular cameras to protect your assets. Hope Electric, serving the agricultural and commercial industry since 1978. Visit hopeelectric.com or call 701-945-2460.
Northern Cass will make a pitching change here on yourliveevent.com as Chris Hoyland will go from shortstop to the pitching mound, and his teammate Cody Wadeson will go from the mound to short. Cody Wadeson, 5 innings of work, 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts here today for Cody Wadeson on the mound for Northern Cass as Hoyland will come in and try to get the final 3 outs here for the Jags. He will have to go through the heart of the lineup in the 3, 4, and 5 batters of Jacob Simbira, or Dargo, and Ethan Simbira here for the Enderlin Eagles.
That's a situation, too, where Sam Johnson might ask, who wants to get in an inning? You're up by 10. You're just trying to protect that 10-run lead and finish this game.
As you'll see the 3, 4, and 5 batters, and if you're Northern Cass, you're 3 outs away from finishing this one off in a 10-run rule. If you're Enderlin, you need at least 1 run to get to the 7th inning. But trying to get something brewing. They had chances in both the 2nd and the 3rd innings. Otherwise, it was a 3 up, 3 down in the 1st, the 4th, and the 5th, respectively, here for the Eagles. They put 4 runners up to the plate in the 2nd. Got a run thrown out at second base in a Dargo after having the first 2 runners aboard, and then they put 7 runners to the plate in the 3rd and got 2 runs across. So misses in. It's now 1-0. Simbira 1 of 2 today with a single, back his last time up in the 3rd inning. 1-0 pitch is going to be grounded. This one up the first baseline. And this will be in time. Doing a good job there was Hoyland trying to apply the tag. And then he did a really nice job, Joey. Instead of thinking that he got him, made sure he went to the first baseman, Clement, to get the out.
Yeah, you always think you're going to get him right there away on the tag. But our umpires have been really vocal tonight, too. So he made a smart play without hearing the umpire going. Got the tag, threw it to first, and still got the out.
9 batters retired in a row here for Northern Cass pitching. First pitch swinging a Dargo. It's now 0-1. Walked back in the 2nd, 0 for 1 today with a fly out to the center fielder, Huzar, back in the 3rd. Righty-righty matchup here with Hoyland. Winds and delivers. 0-1 will miss. It's now 1-1.
Situation like that too on the tag. He might also felt I didn't get him. Let's throw to first just in case.
1 ball, 1 strike here for Northern Cass. This one is fouled. It's now 1-2 back to the highway. As the Jags right now in control, up by 10, bottom of the 6th inning in a Region 1 counter. Northern Cass 11-2 on the season. Enderlin coming into this game at 1-9. This one fouled back, and we'll keep it at 1-2. Jags have scored in every inning outside of the second. Now the Enderlin Eagles, lone inning they scored was 2 runs in the bottom of the 3rd. So run in, now 2-2. See what Hoyland can do on the mound right now for Northern Cass. Trying to get a strikeout in relief. And he gets him. Strike 3 looking. Nice pitch by Hoyland, and there's 2 down.
That's a really nice pitch. Went back door and got the edge of the plate. Strike 3, and he's 1 out away from finishing this game.
Ethan Simbira, 1 of 2 today with a single back in the 2nd inning. Final hope here for the Enderlin Eagles to try to find a way to get a runner aboard here in the bottom of the 6th. As Hoyland rocks and throws. That'll be out of the zone now, 1-0. Lemnis on the on-deck part of the plate here for the Eagles. If they can keep the line moving here. All for Northern Cass. Looking to pick up a road victory. This will be on the ground right to the man you want in OC. 4-3 on the putout, and that'll do it here in 6 innings. In a final today of 12-2 in a contest that goes 1 hour and 40 minutes here in this one. Northern Cass with 12 runs picks up the win over the Enderlin Eagles. They improved to 12-2 on the season, while Enderlin drops now to 1-10. And in doing so, the Jags also pick up a Region 1 victory. We'll continue after this as Northern Cass pitching again did a nice job retiring the last 11 batters in the row here between Wadeson and Hoyland. Back with more on their post-game report here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Hunter Insurance Agency is a locally owned full-service agency providing protection and coverage in a number of different areas. Hunter Insurance Agency offers multi-peril crop insurance, crop hail insurance, and farm insurance for buildings and equipment. Plus, they offer home, auto, life, and business insurance. For more information, go online to hunterinsuranceagency.com or stop in and speak with Johnny Jorgensen at Hunter Insurance Agency. Find them at 201 Main Street, Hunter. From on-site farm repairs to maintaining the condition of your vehicle, trust the staff at Welton's Tire Service. They've served the Lisbon area since 1972, guaranteeing customer satisfaction and workmanship from farm equipment, tire services, and preventative vehicle maintenance. You'll find it all from affordable prices, free estimates, to their knowledgeable technicians answering any question. Welton's Tire Service is locally owned and located on Main Street in Lisbon. For information, go online to weltonstire.net or call 701-683-5136.
Final in 6 here today on YourLiveEvent.com as Cody Wadeson picks up the win. 5 innings of work, 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Picking up the loss will be Weston Clausen with 4 innings of work, 8 hits, 8 runs, 4 walks, and 6 strikeouts. Northern Cass 12 runs, 8 hits, an error, and 7 runners left on base. While for the Enderlin Eagles, 2 runs, 3 hits, 3 errors, and 3 runners left on base. Winning pitcher Cody Wadeson, the losing pitcher here of Weston Clausen today in a game that goes 1 hour and 40 minutes. Northern Cass a run in the first, 2 runs in the third, 5 runs in the fourth, 3 runs in the fifth, a run in the sixth. Enderlin with 2 runs across in inning number 2. As it's now time to get to our player of the game, brought to you in part by Enbridge. Go to Enbridge.com for career opportunities. Life takes energy. That again is Enbridge.com. Cody Wadeson going to be our player of the game on the mound. 5 innings of work, 3 hits, 2 runs. Able to help his own cause throughout the game. Also scored a run back in the 4th inning. Cody Wadeson is our Enbridge Energy player of the game here in this contest. And while we've said his name a few times here throughout the course of tonight, our Agassi Precision Egg play of the contest coming by the line drive snag of OC. Able to take a hit away from Cole Fury here in this one as Jacob OC at second base, was able to take a line drive missile from Fury for a more than likely base knock, but takes it for the out. And that is our Agassi Precision Egg Play the Contest. Go to Agassi Precision Egg. You can check out their website at planterdoc.com. That again is planterdoc.com here today. For Metzger, able to get a walk with a run scored and a run driven in. OC with 3 runs scored. He reaches base all 4 times. A double, a single, and 2 walks. Trey Huzar with a single, a double. Able to reach base 3 times with 3 runs scored and 2 stolen bases. Carter Wadeson able to reach base all 4 times, 2 singles and 2 RBIs. Mitchell comes in to score for him 1 time as well. Clement goes 0 for 3 with a hit by pitch. Hoyland goes 2 for 4 with 2 singles, a run driven in. Hoppy today 0 for 3 with a walk, a stolen base, and a run coming in. Parker Anderson able to get on board twice and come in to score. Hanson reach base on an error, and then Wadeson, that's Cody, goes 0 for 4 today with a run scored. For the Enderlin Eagles, Carson Gruba with a walk and a run scored in the 3rd. He goes 0 for 2. Clausen goes 1 of 3 today with a single. Jacob Simbira with a 2 RBI single in the 3rd. He goes 1 of 3. Adargo goes 0 for 2 with a walk. Ethan Simbira goes 1 of 3 with a single. Lemnis 0 for 2. Colferi 0 for 2. The same for Hoy. And Diley reached base in the 3rd with a error, and he was able to come in and score. So for Northern Cass, they improved to 12-2 on the season. Their next game is scheduled for Tuesday against the Enderlin Eagles in Hunter. While for the Enderlin Eagles, their next game will be tomorrow night at 5:30 against Midway Minto here on the Enderlin Baseball Classic. Tomorrow we'll have 5 games scheduled for you here in Enderlin from Hendrickson Field. Brady Siebels and Brent Dick will have the coverage at 10:30. It'll be Kindred and Hatton Northwood. At 12:15, it's Oaks and Hatton Northwood. At 2 o'clock, Hillsborough Central Valley will go up against Oaks. Midway Minto goes up against the Burrows at 3:45. And then the nightcap at 5:30, it's Enderlin and Midway Minto. On behalf of Joey Hughes, I'm Chase Miller. Thank you so much for tuning into our broadcast, and join us for more high school baseball coming up throughout the weekend here in Enderlin.